Hey everybody, this is Cal. Obviously, you know that. You're on my Facebook page. I wanted to give you kind of an update on where we stand, what's going on with Larry. Um, right now, I'm sitting in the parking lot outside Blessing Hospital in Quincy, Illinois. And some of you are thinking, well, doesn't Larry and don't Larry and your mom live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi? Why are you in Quincy? Well, I'm going to give you the answer to that and explain what's going on here. So last Tuesday night, so 2 weeks ago, I guess at this point, almost, Larry was leaving with Kenan from Mississippi, where Kenan had been visiting. Kenan's my son, driving to up to from Mississippi up to Missouri to drop Kenan off at his other grandparents where he is living. And because he just graduated and he's working on the farm and he's going to be doing a welding job over here. And anyway, so he was coming back and Kenan was driving, and Larry started to get a really bad fever. And his legs started swelling up and hurting real bad, very badly. And so they pulled off at Louisiana, Missouri, because Kenan saw a hospital sign. And so they stopped there, got him in the ER, and then got him checked into the hospital. And his legs swelled up with this gigantic blister. Come to find out, he had a blood clot and cellulitis. So he was there. Mom, still in Mississippi, called the hospital, talked to the ER doc. The ER doc said, you can come get you need to get your husband, come get him and take him back to Mississippi to his doc. Well, so Mom had a couple of friends that drove her up there. They got there at 12:30 in the morning or something like that, Wednesday morning. And so the leg had gotten worse, and it swelled up with this gigantic blister, which continued to get bigger. He was still in pain. They had him on some morphine and everything. And so they monitored him and started him on antibiotics to try and keep it from becoming sepsis. And so they were there until Saturday. Saturday, there was a doctor now in that meantime, they drained the blister and took about a liter of fluid off of it. But in the meantime, there was a doc who is from Blessing Hospital in Quincy, who was down there. He's down there like once a week, and he saw Larry and said, your white count is up, your heart rate is elevated, and which he's got AFib, and that the infection makes that go a little more crazy. And he said, you're showing the markers, or you have sepsis, you've gone septic, like textbook definition. And so he wanted him transferred to Blessing, where they had surgeons and other resources available. So they transferred him up here on Saturday. Then on Sunday, the surgeon saw him and said, we got to go in. And so they did surgery on Sunday, because they discovered in I think CT scans and things, they discovered that he had gas forming under the tissue there, gangrenous gas infection. So it was gangrene, and it was putting off that gas and forming in there. And then they looked at it, and there was necrotic tissue. They called it necrotic fasciitis. That's it. And basically that is the flesh-eating disease, flesh-eating bacteria, and it can spread if you let it go. It can spread up to an inch an hour. And so they went in and did the surgery and got all that. They said there was a possibility he could lose his leg, but they were able to get it all, and they had to cut away some of the fatty tissue, and they were able to save his leg. So Larry still has two legs. And so now they did that on Sunday. A week ago tomorrow was the surgery. So the surgery was about a week ago. And so since then they have been trying to keep his blood sugar normal. They've been still giving him all the antibiotics. He's not able to get out of bed yet. They had him walking, and there was too much blood. He's on blood thinners, and so it was bleeding too much, and so they want to keep it up to heal. And so he's got to stay in bed. Anyway, I think that's basically the update. This was all caused, they think, according to the infectious disease person who came in, infectious disease doc. The cultures that were taken showed cholera. So I know you're thinking the same thing we all are. Cholera is not something that people in America get in 2024. Because normally when you hear about cholera, it's stagnant water in some third world country, somebody drinks it and they get diarrhea real bad. That's usually how it plays out. Apparently, you can get cholera from, different things in the stagnant water on your skin. It's very, very, she said, it's very, very rare. And so they've notified the CDC, and the CDC is doing an investigation down at the beach in Biloxi where they had been swimming just a few days earlier. So Kenan and Mom and Larry were all at the beach. They were all in the water. Larry picked up cholera. And so that is what, I guess at this point, that's their working cause of what caused all of this. And so, anyway, Larry's been very sick, but seems to have turned a corner and seems to be on the mend, although he's gonna have to see wound care and it's gonna take a long time. I've been here, so I was on a retreat that I left 2 Mondays ago for, and then on that Thursday I drove straight down to Louisiana instead of going home. So I have not been home. On this coming Monday, it'll be 2 weeks since I've been home. So and Mom and Larry obviously have been almost that long away from home as well. So please continue to pray. Those of you who have been praying, keep praying. Those of you who haven't been praying, please pray for Larry, that his leg would heal. Pray for Mom, just being away from home and exhaustion and in a place you don't know, even though it's Quincy and it's close. We're so thankful we've been able to stay with my in-laws, which is really, really good. They're just about a half an hour from here. And so we've been able to stay there, which is helpful. But there was, before that, when things were a little more tenuous and emergency, we were doing we did Airbnb hotel. I rented a house for a while before we realized we were going to be here longer, and we decided to stay over there. But there's cost involved in everything, so just be praying for them, that their insurance will cover everything. And then also, we are considering trying to, the plan was that I was going to transport them home, which I will be. Either way, I will be driving their vehicle to Mississippi. Just depends on who's in it. It'll either be me and Mom or me, Mom, and Larry. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to see if we can get their insurance to cover a medical flight home so that he is home quicker. Because the drive from here to their house is probably, with normal healthy people, it would be 10 to 11 hours. Having to stop and deal with medical stuff, it would be a lot longer. And we're in this vehicle, and so not as comfortable as he would be laying down on a bed on a plane or a helicopter, or some other form, an RV or something that would be more comfortable for him transporting. I'm looking into all of those options. So, just pray that we can figure out a way that could happen whenever it is that we get out. It's looking like it may be next week. For those of you who know, I'm a pastor, and my church has been awesome. They just care so deeply for us and care so well for us. I've never been loved like this by a church that I've served at. It's been incredible, and they just make this all so easy. So I've had somebody, a good buddy of mine, Josh Monda, fill in last week. He drove up from down by Peoria to fill in, and this week we've got Tim Bivens, who's a good friend from there in town in Dixon, who's going to be filling in for me, filling the pulpit this weekend. And so really excited for that. Really hoping I'll be back for the following Sunday, because I would really like to get back into Luke chapter 7 and just want to be in worship the Lord with my church family. So anyway, that's the story. I'm going to We are at 10 minutes. This is a long video. So, yeah, keep praying, and we'll kind of keep you updated. You can check Hope Bible Fellowship is my church in Dixon, Illinois. I've been doing live updates on there, or you can keep watching here, or if you know Mom, you can contact us. We may take us a while to get back to you because literally everyone we know is calling or texting. So anyway, that's it. Thanks.